9:44. Right. My journey from Shanghai to Beijing begins. My first time on a high-speed train. It says wait in these waiting rooms. This is not like a Singapore or Hong Kong airport. And he's like, I don't understand, why is standing here and talking? I say, I have a camera, I'm talking to it. He says, and I just told my wife, look, a crazy guy talking to himself. It's cool that they have these electronics thingies built right into the seats. It's cold, there is no snow here anymore, but it's below zero, it's no longer fun and games we had in Shanghai. 9:44, right? My journey from Shanghai to Beijing begins. My first time on a high-speed train. But you need to get to the train first. I arrived by taxi, was dropped off at the central railway station, and now I'll go to the train station. You see how they stop at pedestrian crossings? They can easily knock you off your feet. You have to look out here on pedestrian crossings. All these people on mopeds and stuff driving such a way that they can knock you off without noticing. Today we set off on our journey from Shanghai to Beijing on a high-speed train. What does this mean? Well, firstly, new videos from Beijing are coming up, and secondly, that you can already watch episodes from Shanghai. Well, on the upside, I got here quickly enough by taxi. Yeah, I finally managed to use a taxi through the app. I entered the station, they checked my documents, so I couldn't scan my passport. No matter how I tried, I had to go through a person. There, it shows my train, G14. I found it. It says, wait for now. It says wait in Chinese, but I have already learned it a bit, you know? I actually simply realized that it says lounge 56 in English, and I've been here for 2 hours already. Why? I was worried something might go wrong. That is why I'm here in advance. It's better to come in advance. I'd rather wait 5 hours, but I'll have the peace of mind knowing I won't have to run somewhere. Everything's fine for now. I booked my tickets through trip.com. It says they don't need to be printed. There are the waiting room 5 and the waiting room 6, and it tells me to wait in these waiting rooms. Well, that's where I'm going. And this is what it looks like. Pretty minimal. This is not like Singapore or Hong Kong airports, where you can sit at a VIP lounge that looks like some kind of spaceship. Here, it's pretty basic, I would say. The greatness of Google Maps when you travel is that you can type in where you're going, and it builds you a route when you're abroad. Anywhere abroad, but not in China. But for example, in Europe, you're going from Milan to Lausanne. It immediately shows you which way, where and what and how. But here you have to wait for everything like this and look things up manually. There it is, G14 third line, then something in Chinese and 11:53. Right now it's 9:58. 1 to 8, so it's most likely will be first to 8th track. I don't know what to do here. It's cool that they have these electronic thingies built right into the seats, but do you think I know what to do with them? Nope. There's a dude sitting behind me, he's just shaving. Another thing surprised me yesterday. I went to the store, and then a dude comes in and smokes in the store. Walks around the store and smokes. Took what he needed and left. I once filmed something on an action camera which is small. An old man and an old lady came along, and the old man looks at me point blank. He looked and followed me with his eyes. I stopped, turned around and looked at him. And he's like, I don't understand, why are you standing here and talking? I say, I have a camera, I'm talking to it. He says, and I just told my wife, look, a crazy guy talking to himself. He thought I was crazy and just walking and talking out loud. I think I should really have a big camera, at least you can see it, but the action camera is only about this size. It's funny, they have everything here, but nothing works. I'm trying to connect, error. It's like, try next time. Everyone keeps asking me about WeChat. In order to make it, you need someone from China to confirm it. I don't have anyone from here. A girl at the reception desk at the hotel helped me. She scanned the QR code for me there, which allowed me to progress one step forward. And then, when I tried to register, it said there are some problems with your device. I have a Samsung, I don't know, maybe it works better with an iPhone. But in any case, something doesn't work again, and it's like this with everything here. You download an app, it doesn't work, something else, it doesn't work, whatever you do doesn't work. Guys, it worked. You know how? I scanned the code, but not with the camera, I installed AliPay.
Через
Google, and Google
здесь работает через VPN.
I registered in AliPay,
зарегистрировался, данные свои указал, карточку зарубежного банка я привязал, и здесь сканировал с помощью AliPay, и он заработал.
Not only it worked, that's how it works, you press a button and it charges. It gave me 5 minutes of charging.
Вот так, смотрите, это выглядит.
Without knowing Chinese, it's impossible to understand anything. You just need to poke things 10 times, 20, 100 times, until you finally hit the right thing. Look, I have connected, and it opened a page that shows the time of my departures up until 10:46, so for the next half hour. Let me show you what AliPay actually looks like. Like this, see? This is the app. Would you understand this is AliPay? No way. It also has Didi. Here it opens Didi. I've installed Didi, added my foreign bank card. It somehow confirmed it, whether it's some money. In short, it works. It also has the Trip AirTrain. It redirects to trip.com. Let's try transport. This for the metro. By the way, yesterday I was able to activate this QR code in the metro and do some other activations. And in total I was able to use this app for the metro, taxi, and booking a train.
Dear passengers, your attention please. Tickets for train number G7240 will be checked.
Now some facts. Obviously the train connects the two largest cities in China, Shanghai and Beijing, same as our Samsung connects Moscow and St. Petersburg. The ride in both cases is about 4 hours, except the length of the route in China is twice as long. Moscow to St. Pete is 650 kilometers, while Shanghai to Beijing is 1,318 kilometers. This is what the internet told me. Keep in mind that there are several types of high-speed trains and the journey can take 4 to 6 hours. I'm talking about China here now. It depends on the type of train and the number of stops. Speed. The most interesting part, the Chinese train max speed is 350 km per hour. The average speed is almost 300 km per hour. The line was officially opened in the summer of 2011. I think it's pretty obvious the most advanced railway transport technologies are in use here. During the construction of this high-speed line, bridges were erected, tunnels and various stations were built. The main stations that you can depart from or arrive at are the Beijing South Railway Station and the Shanghai Hongqiao Station. The stops along the way include Tianjin, city with a population of about 14 million, and Nanjing, population of about 8.5 million people. Can you eat on the train? Of course you can. There is a dining car, but of its own. Chinese style, it's pretty much different from the Russian ones.
This? Thank you. Thank you.
China continues to actively develop its high-speed rail network. Construction is underway for the Beijing-Henan line, about 1,500 kilometers, Beijing-Harbin, 1,300 kilometers, Beijing-Hong Kong-Macau, about 2,000 kilometers. In total, 8 vertical and 8 horizontal high-speed rail corridors are planned. The new Beijing-Chengde section is already started. It'll cut travel time between Beijing and Harbin from 8 hours to 5 hours. Railways will include underground sections and high-speed connections, which is particularly important for passengers traveling from Beijing to Hong Kong and Macau, which are on the islands. Another line, Huangzhou-Nanchang, will pass through popular tourist areas of Huangshan and Nanchang. It will be 560 kilometers long. Why is it being done? Obviously, they once saw the beauty as the Huangshan Mountains. Take a look at these mountains, please. They want this beauty to be visited by a larger number of not only Chinese but also international tourists who would easily hop on the train and go to admire the beauty. Give us high-speed rail, the Chinese National Party tells us, contributing to the development of tourism and economic growth in the regions. There are also plans to implement a number of projects in China that are part of all this China's ambitious high-speed railway network expansion plan. The Chinese want to promote economic growth, improve transport accessibility and increase standards of living in all these Chinese regions. When I arrived in Shanghai, I had to wait for 2 hours at the airport. What does this mean? Airports in large cities are under heavy load, it needs to be reduced. This is what the Chinese are planning to do, with the expansion of the network of high-speed railways. The construction of the high-speed line between Shanghai and Beijing cost approximately 220 million yuan, or about $32 billion. This project was one of the most expensive infrastructure projects in Chinese history. How was it financed? Yes, at the expense of public funds, including investments from the Ministry of Railways of China and regional governments, as well as through bank loans, as it often happens. Construction began in April of 2008 and was completed by June 2011. In fact, for such a large-scale project, this is a very short period of time. Many of us, I'm sure, it takes 3 years to renovate a house, and here they built 1,300 kilometers of railway, and a quality one. Stop filming here. There are nuances and difficulties. The line implies high operating costs to maintain infrastructure and rolling stock. This is additional financial obligations after completion of construction. The Chinese people thought they could have just built the railway and went about their business. It's not so easy. Here I want to bring the example of the United Arab Emirates. For many years now, they've been promising to build a high-speed railway that would connect the Arab Emirates and Saudi Arabia. However, they still haven't done this. Why? Watch my recent video about the flood in Dubai. The railway will simply be swept with sand or worse, washed away by the next downpour. How would they do it? It needs to be raised on a viaduct, but the operating costs of it would be colossal, and so construction is constantly postponed. But will this stop the Chinese? I don't think so, and I won't be so surprised if soon they'll please us with even more of their mega projects.
列车已经到达济南西站，下车时请注意安全。
Okay, now I'm here. Beijing South Railway Station. I need to go here, change to another line, and go further. So I made it to Beijing. It's always confusing for Russians. Usually we call it Pekin. Pekin.
时排队候车，让开中间通道，感谢您的配合。
I've exited the metro. I'm in the Shichachai area, the station of the same name. I'm going to the hotel now. It's cold, there is no snow here anymore, but it's below zero and it's no longer fun and games we had in Shanghai. It is much colder here. Well, signing off for now. Next will be episodes from Beijing. Friends, that's it for now. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like if you've enjoyed the episode, also watch my videos about transport in Shanghai and Hong Kong, links are in the description, and also visit our website smaps.com and register for the summer camp program with our group leaders. We organize summer camps in Korea, Thailand, Turkey, Switzerland, England. Don't miss it. All the links and my contacts are in the description.